You know we're going to hammer the over just to be able to do it again.
You are Locked On Oklahoma State, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma State Cowboys, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Howdy, y'all, and hello, all. Welcome back to Locked On Oklahoma State, your daily stop for all things cowboy and cowgirl related. My name is Cody Stovall. I want to thank you kindly for stopping by to make this your first listen here on Locked On Oklahoma State. We're available on all of your podcasting platforms as well as YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter at Aldeo State. So, yeah, absolutely. We know 6.5 it's a massive amount of disrespect, but it's the just right amount of disrespect that we're going to take to make sure that we capitalize on money, right? But there's meat left on the bone still yet, potentially in the Big 12, right? And now that we know what the over-unders are for everybody in the Big 12, let's just kind of break down some of it here, right? What is crazy? What is not? What on the schedule lends itself to possibly being relevant here? Now, we're just going to go over the possibilities on the schedules. I'm not going to X out here, X out there. I'm not doing all that just yet, right? This is going to be an overview of the over-unders. So first, we get to start off with, of course, who's the most overrated team in the history of college sports? Texas, always and forever. Now, I do think that this season might be a little bit different for Texas. So maybe I'm throwing them shade right now, knowing that we don't have to play them in the regular season. Could mean a potential for somebody to meet them in Arlington. Yeah, absolutely. It could mean that. But this over-under is 9.5. And realistically, they have underperformed for quite some time now. I mean, heck, we know it. As an Oklahoma State fan, you almost feel bad that they're not on the schedule because of how often we've won them. But I digress. Okay, so let's look at their schedule, possibility-wise. Rice, okay, W, cool. Alabama, they should have beat Alabama last year. This one's in Tuscaloosa. I don't want to say I want to go out on a limb just yet. I'm not going to go out on a limb just yet. I'm going to say a loss, all right? Wyoming, okay, that's a W. Baylor, it's in Waco. It's going to be early on. Both teams are going to be healthy. But I'll give it to Texas, right? Okay, so we are officially 3-1. KU, I'm honestly going to say they lose a game like that. Okay, so let's say 3-2 here, potentially. Let's say they beat Red River. Let's say they beat Houston. Let's say they beat BYU. Let's say they lose to K-State, beat TCU, beat Iowa State, beat Texas Tech. That's 9-3. So just off the cuff right now, look at the schedule, knowing we know at this very moment, just fresh out of spring with a long time to go, I'm going to say no. We're not going to bet the over on that one. OU is always a team that is somewhat overhyped, just like Texas. Maybe not always to the same degree. Okay, so let's run through it here. They start off with Arkansas State in Norman, Oklahoma. Of course, that's a W. SMU, wouldn't be surprised if SMU puts up a decent fight for a little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and let's say that's a W. Tulsa's going to give them much more of a game than most anybody thinks they're going to. But we'll say it's a W. Cincinnati, it's a W. And mind you, remember, it was Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, and Cincinnati with the easiest schedules. So some of that will bear fruit. I said that because I just noticed. I was like, well, that's 4 pretty manageable games. And then Iowa State, right, after coming on the road from Cincinnati, they come back home for Iowa State, probably a W. They're undefeated. Let's say Red River. Say they lose that, right? Just for sake of argument, that makes some sense. They're not going to go completely unscathed for sure. UCF, that's interesting. It's in Norman. If this was in Florida, I think I would maybe go with UCF here, but it's not. All right, so I guess you could see OU pulling that out. So they've only got one loss. KU probably win that. Bedlam. It's the last one ever in Stillwater, Oklahoma. We got to win it. Okay, we got to win it. So there's another loss. West Virginia, they'll probably win that one. Obviously, BYU, I'm gonna say that's a loss. TCU, that's a W. So they have an opportunity here, right? 10-2. Now, am I going to bet the over per se? Maybe not 100%, but I would say it's a much more viable case, clearly, than we're going to be looking at with Texas. Okay. And then, you know, I really think Kansas State is kind of getting overlooked right now. I don't know why. They won the Big 12 title. I think that they're destined to most likely repeat, at least making it to Arlington. Okay. Southeast Missouri State. That's got to be a W. Troy, that's got to be a W. Mizzou, yeah, that's a W, right? We already know that. UCF, it's in Manhattan. Otherwise, I might give this to UCF, but it's not, so I'll give it to them. Oklahoma State, right now, just what we know, back and forth, back and forth. Probably that's a loss for us. That's a win for them. So there they are. They're riding kind of undefeated coming in. Texas Tech, I'm going to say they lose that one because Texas Tech is much improved. And this is in Lubbock, and it can get crazy in Lubbock. And we all know that. TCU, let's say that's, you know what, I'm going to say that's a W, right? Yeah, I'm going to say that's a W. Houston, that's a W. Texas, let's just say Devil's Advocate, that's a loss. Baylor, it's a W. KU, ooh, that's interesting. I'm going to go loss here, right? Rivalry type of game. Iowa State win, right? So they're 9-3 as well, and their over under is 8.5. So yeah, again, just taking a glance and knowing what we know at this very moment. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with taking some over action there. Wouldn't have to, but I'd be okay with it. It depends on how built each team is in the conference as we prepare for conference play. You know I was going there, guys. Built Bar is the bee's knees. You know it. I know it. If you don't know it yet, you need to go get your hands on it, whether it be Walmart, Sam's Club, or you can go to built.com right now. Use promo code LOCKEDON15 and get yourself 15%. Again, the flavors are absolutely crazy. And if you haven't had the opportunity to try it, I promise you'll thank me later. You grab them on the go. They're the best snack available, and they actually taste good. It's the protein bar that has 100% real chocolate covered all over the outside that legitimately tastes good and is good for you. So don't wait. Go to Sam's Club today. Get yourself a big bulk 13-bar box. Try all the flavors: churro, peanut butter brownie, cookies and cream. Or go to Walmart, grab yourself a 4-bar box. All right. So as we continue to go on down the list here, next, now we've got this kind of shot here of multiple teams that are kind of right in the same neck of the woods here. So we'll go to Wreckham Taco, Texas Tech. They've got Wyoming. Let's just, and they're 7.5. 7.5, by the way, spread here. 8.5 was obviously just previous to this, and I think we could be okay with going a little bit over on K-State. I'm okay with that. Wyoming for Texas Tech, it's a W. Oregon, you know, it's a W. Dagnabbit, it is. It's going to be. Watch it. You'll love it. Tarleton State, that's a W. West Virginia, you know, Tech has a tendency to slip up, just like we do sometimes, obviously, right? But it's early on. So you know what? I'm not going to slip up there. West Virginia, that's a W. Houston's come really, really, really close for several moments in the last couple of years. It looked like they had the game won. So I'm going to give this one to Houston. I like Taco Tech this year. I'm a pretty big fan, but I'm going to give this one to Houston. Okay, so that's one loss. Baylor, the old McGuire, new McGuire style of bowl system. You know what? Give me Texas Tech here. Give me Texas Tech. Kansas State, all right, that's a loss. BYU, I do think that's a loss. TCU, let's see, that's going to be hard. Probably a loss. Beat KU, beat UCF, lose to Texas. Okay, so 7.5 again. They're right there at that 8 range. Potentially, no, 7.5. Yeah, no, I don't know that I'd bet the over here still yet, 7.5. I do think that you'll see a common theme here that we can get better. Some teams can get better, but maybe potentially even have a worse record. Uh, Although that seems crazy to think of, it's definitely a possibility here, right? Then we'll go TCU, right? Some possibilities. Let's just throw some numbers around. Colorado, before they lost 61 players, maybe this is an awesome game, but it's going to take time. No matter how good the transfers Deion's brought back to Colorado are, it's going to take some time to get this thing off the ground. So that's a W for TCU. Nicholls State, that's a W for TCU. Houston, that's early on, week 3 in the season for them. It's at Houston. It's early on here. TCU might have some things to get worked out. Nah, Houston's got a little bit more of a question at quarterback. All right, so you know what, TCU, I'll give you a W here. SMU, yes, yeah, that's a dub. Okay, so we're undefeated here. West Virginia, still early. Okay, yeah, I'll give you a dub there. I thought, okay, slip up. Ames, Iowa. Ames, Iowa is always a difficult place to play. It's really hard in November, but nonetheless, October can get difficult. So let's just throw a loss out there. BYU, let's say that's another loss. K-State, another loss. Let's say in this scenario, they beat Tech, lose to Texas, beat Baylor, lose to OU 7-5. Nope. Okay. So yeah, it might be a little bit of a hangover style year. It might be a hangover style year. Could be 8-4, could be 7-5. I'm gonna err on the side of caution here. Again, just running through these devil's advocate. I don't think I'd mess with that right now until we know a little bit more. Baylor, I'm not super high on. I was very high on them last year, and maybe it's the letdown bug in me that is giving me a difficult time. Maybe putting them where they deserve to be, but I'm just, I'm not, I'm not super sold. So let's run again. Roughshod running through Texas State. Yep, that's a W. Utah. Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say. I'm gonna have to say W here. Come on, Baylor, get this one done for me. Utah gets on my ever loving nerves. Baylor Bears got to win this one. LIU Sharks. Okay, yeah, it's a W. Texas early. Um, hmm, Nah, probably not. Let's just throw it out there. Lost. Okay, on this one. UCF win. Texas Tech loss. Cincinnati. Well, let's say loss. Iowa State win. Houston win. K State loss. TCU loss. West Virginia win. Right. Again, another 7-5 potential type of opportunity here. Could be 8-4. Could be worse. I don't think 6-6 is really. It's possible, but yeah. You know what? Maybe it's even further leaning that way to 7.5. So I don't think I'm messing with that one either. And who do we have right after Baylor? All right, let's see. Obviously, we've gone over Oklahoma State 6.5. We know we're hammering the over there. We've already covered all that. Since or UCF 6.5. So they're right next to us. And of course, right, every fandom, whenever you're projected like that, it's hard not to get all up in arms about, oh, you got to bet the over. So I may be guilty as well. I think time will tell. I think everybody will end up seeing the difference between traditional fandom and just wanting something, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Okay, let's see. Yeah. UCF, Kent State. Yeah. Okay. W. Boise State. Yes, that's a W. Villanova. Yes, that's a W. 3-0. Good job. K State. Nope, that's a loss. Baylor. Ooh, in Orlando. You know what? I'm gonna throw you one here. Golden Knights. I'm gonna give you this one in this scenario here. Let's say you get that W here. Okay, cool. KU. Nope. Sorry, Jayhawks got you. OU. Yeah, they got you. West Virginia. That's a hard one. I'll give you that one. Cincinnati. Ooh, stirring up the pot here. This one's going to take some more digging, but just off of just throwing it out. Okay, I'll say you get a win there. And then you lose to Oklahoma State. Then you lose to Texas Tech. And then You get some salt rubbed in the wound here, or do you? Do you beat Houston? Do you lose to Houston? I go back and forth. But no, I just I don't think I can do it. I can't do it. I gotta go Houston. So yeah, see, again, we're not betting the over again. This is a little wild to some degree. Some of them, yeah, we're gonna bet the over. KU, is that something we're gonna bet the over on? I mean, they bumped last year, 1.5, 2 extra wins very early on that you never saw coming. And their non-conference is critical this go around. Because to get to that mark, there's not a lot of room for error for the Jayhawks. And even though they do have quite a bit of talent, it's a loaded down league. Missouri State. All right, cool. We'll give you that. W. Illinois. Okay, W. Nevada. The fighting Shane Illingworth, former Cowboy quarterback transfer. Not quite. You get a W over Nevada. BYU. No, you don't. Texas. No, you don't. UCF. Huh? KU. You know what? In this scenario, let's just say, I'll give it to you. I'll give you another hot start to some degree. Get you back on track. UCF, lose to O State, lose to OU, beat Iowa State, beat Tech, lose to K State, beat Cincinnati. Ooh, this one's hard. KU 6.5, huh? Yeah, I'll take the over. I will. I'll take the over. Not by much, but it doesn't have to be by much either. Now, I know the disrespect that we talk about that we've seen recently for Oklahoma State. Let's look at BYU 6.0. So that's their over under 6 games. And I'm not completely sold, right, on Slovis. He's a journeyman for sure in college football. I don't know if that's a great thing or not. But let's see. Sam Houston. All right, cool. Yes, W. Southern Utah, W. Arkansas. Sure. Why not? Yeah, you're undefeated. KU. It's early. KU will be fresh. You won't know what to, yeah, I'll say it's a loss there for you. I'll give that to the Jayhawks in this particular scenario. Cincinnati, you beat them. TCU, okay, cool. You beat them. Texas Tech. Okay, yeah, it's in Provo. I'll give it to you. Texas is going to drop a couple that they probably shouldn't. So sure, I'll give you that. West Virginia, yeah, probably that. Iowa State, in Provo, yeah, probably that. OU, probably not. O State, probably not. But yeah, you get the message here, guys. I'm definitely taking the over on BYU. Taking the over hardcore all day, every day, easy peasy on O State. I think I'm probably taking the same amount of luxuries in the over with BYU. Maybe I'm bullish. And again, I'm not super sold on Keaton Slovis. But, if there's meat on the bone and there's money to be made, then that is what it is. And that's what we're here to do, at least to help guide in that direction. The beauty of all of this is the further down the rabbit hole you get, right? The further it all makes more and more sense. The parity in the league is what makes this such a difficult proposition for literally anybody involved. So I don't envy any of the new teams. I mean, heck, I guess I don't really envy anybody that has to play this schedule. But I guess the bright side would be if you do have to play this schedule, it's going to run you the gauntlet and keep you pretty prepared, more prepared than most every other conference out there. All right, let's move on to Iowa State. All right, have some fun here. Northern Iowa. Yeah. Iowa, because they don't know how to score, and we've got Arlen Bruce the fourth on our sidelines now. Okay, cool. Yes, go Cyclones. You get the W here. Ohio Bobcats. Yep, that's a W. Cowboys? No, not so fast. Not early like that. All right. You get us late always, but not this time. That's a loss. OU. You always play 'em rough. It's in Norman. Let's just say talent on talent. Let's say OU gets you. TCU. You get some revenge. Okay, cool. There you go. TCU. And let's say you beat Cincinnati. Now you're cooking. Let's say you drop one to Baylor. Beat KU. Why not? Lose to BYU. Lose to Texas. Lose to K-State. That's a rough stretch. Rough stretch down the road there. But yeah, you know what? I think so. Yeah, I'll take. You know what? Dang it! I'm so back and forth on this one. No, Iowa State. I don't know. There's just only so many wins to go around, right? 5. Yeah, no, can't do it. Can't do it. Too risky. Too risky right now. We'll see. We'll see how this starts to shake out. 4.5 over under win loss total for West Virginia. Penn State, probably not. That's a loss. Duquesne. I know Duquesne's actually really good. But okay, cool. We'll say you out talent. There's a W. Pitt, the backyard brawl. Okay, here you go. I'll give you this one. I'll give you this one on this deal here. West Virginia, 2-1. Texas Tech, Red Raiders. Nope, can't give you that one. TCU probably can't give you that one. Houston, I'll give you that one. O State, no. UCF, sure. Why not in this scenario? BYU, no. OU, no. Cincy, sure. Baylor, no. So I feel bad. I like West Virginia. And I like Neil Brown, but I just don't think he's the guy. So right now, nope, probably not taking the over on that one either. Houston, do we have a problem? Oh, if I can find their daggone schedule. There we go. All right. Another one of these down here, pretty low setting bar. Yeah, 4.5. 4.5. I don't know. I don't want to say disrespectful, but I mean, how can it not feel a little like it is? All right, UTSA. UTSA's pretty good. And Dana has a way to kind of screw the pooch, especially super early. So I'm gonna go. Well, it's a loss for Roadrunners. You beat Rice though. Good job. Let's say you beat TCU there. Big win. All right, cool. Then you beat Sam Houston. Then you lose to Tech. So you beat West Virginia. All right, cool. Lose to Texas. Lose to K-State. Maybe you knock off Baylor, but you lose to Cincinnati. You lose to O State. You lose to UCF. 4.5. I think I probably might take the over here. Yeah, I think I do. I don't think Houston's going to be all that great, but there's definitely 5 wins on here that are easily achievable. So yeah, I say that's okay. I'd go 5 there. And then, dagnabbit, did I lose my thingy again? I sure did. Well, hold on. Unnecessary. There we go. Got it. Cincinnati, also 4.5. Eastern Kentucky, sure. W. Pitt. Man, we got 2 teams play Pitt. Yeah, we both beat them up. There we go. 2 W's. 3 W's because they got Miami, Ohio up next. Let's say they lose to OU, lose to BYU. Lose to Iowa State. Let's say they beat Baylor. All right. Lose to O State. Lose to UCF. Lose to Houston. Beat West Virginia. Lose to KU. Oh man, dang! I feel bad for Cincinnati. Even though they have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? They can get to 5. Yeah, they can get to 5. All right, cool. All right, cool. I'll take the over there as well. All right. So that's everybody's over-unders in the Big 12s. And the Big 12. And then if you saw the ticker, I also put it on the ticker yesterday, but didn't quite get to it. And if you've seen from today, Warren Washington did not choose Oklahoma State like our good buddy Doug Gottlieb thought maybe would happen. He instead chose, you guessed it, Wreckham Taco Tech. Good for Texas Tech, big 7-footer. But you're hearing some rumors. I have no clue whatsoever if these have any legs of merit. But supposedly, there is still some slight hope somewhere. I don't know on what side, but somewhere that Moussa could maybe still come back. Maybe. I think that would be kind of an odd scenario to see how that played out. But it's not like I don't think anybody would be super opposed to it if it was for the right reasons and done the right way. Why not? All righty, y'all. Thank you for sticking around to the end here. And if you did, tomorrow morning we have a treat, a Saturday morning special with a Big 12 Mafia on this very show. So thank you very much for rocking and rolling on this one with me. As always, I love you all. God bless. Go Pokes. And we'll do this again tomorrow on Saturday morning special edition. Later, y'all.